Well, good morning, everyone. I am Karen Dunphy, a licensed spiritual practitioner here at Centers for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. And thanks for joining us today. Welcome to those of us here and there and everywhere, wherever you may be. Welcome on this beautiful Memorial Day weekend as we keep in mind. And we'll take a moment out before we begin the meditation just to bow our heads in silence for the men and women in the armed forces who so bravely and unselfishly gave their lives for America. So I invite you to let your eyes stay closed or half closed. And just gently take a couple of deep breaths, sending love and affection deep into your heart, that innermost place where all is quiet, all is well. It always was and always will be, as we are part of the infiniteness of the universe. And as we settle in, feet on the floor, back upright, but not uptight. I had an interesting thing happen this week when I was journaling, and I know as we come into summer, so many of us are filled with plans for travel here and there. And the topic of transformation that we're working with today is near and dear to my heart. I just love to study that. And the first part of that word, T-R-A, tra, means travel. So as we prepare to travel and go inward, imagine a compass with north, south, east, and west on it. And let's transform that from a four-pointed image to a five-pointed star. And the fifth point of that compass is now going to be known as awe, A-W-E. So let's contemplate today in the meditation and let some of our awareness go to setting our compass, or these days, our GPS, to awe. So let's make sure, also that's a reminder, make sure our phones are on silent so that we can enjoy the meditation and not interrupt. So before we begin, here's a quote from Ram Dass. Information is just bits of data. Knowledge is putting them together. Wisdom is transcending them. So the transcending, ending the trance as we live most of our life in a trance. We can consciously choose to come in and go out of that trance. So let's go into our trance and into that place where all is quiet and all is well. I'll give you some prompts and a couple of questions along the way, followed by quiet time for contemplation. And so now just allow yourself to drift off and to listen to what Spirit has to say to you this morning. And I'll be back in a few minutes. staying in your trance, listening, I invite you to be or go beyond your range of limits. In your life, where will you or where won't you go? What will you or what won't you tolerate in your transformation? On your journey, there are many decisions, many choices. Asking the right questions is the precedent for a joyful journey. You may ask yourself, will this choice add to my life force, or will it rob me of my energy? As I make decisions and choices, am I looking for what's right or what's wrong? Am I standing in my power or trying to please another? this choice bring me fulfillment or short-term gratification? Will this choice propel me toward an inspiring future or keep me stuck in the past? So as you head back towards home, and you can see the finish line or the destination of this journey, contemplate the awe that you experienced, how you handled breakdowns and celebrated breakthroughs, and how you appreciated the glory of Spirit in and through you and in and through all that you saw and felt and experienced. I hope you enjoyed your trip, and I invite you to gently return back to this room, and when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes again. Bring your consciousness back to the present as we finish this meditation. I want to thank you for being with me, and also to sign off for now, knowing that we will begin the celebration service in about 13-14 minutes when we reach the top of the hour at 10 o'clock. So thank you very much.
If everyone thought the same thing, if thoughts have power, what could we do? If all of us share the same dream, each of us believes in something, we all have a choice. If we choose to stand together, to sing out in one voice, then the sound will rumble, the walls will crumble, a brand new kind of dawn, an awakening. It's not a dream. We know we all are one. Let the world sing, joined in harmony. There's a part that is waiting here for you. Let the believes in something. We all have a choice. So if we choose to stand together, to sing out in one voice, it's becoming clear, change is near. We have to take a stand. We can work as one. The time has come. The future's in our hands. Let the world sing, joined in harmony. There's a part that is waiting here for you. Let the world sing the song we came to sing. Together, who knows what we can do? Then our dream of one world, of one life can come true. Let the world sing, join in harmony. There's a Father.
Stand in your love. Stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. My fear doesn't stand a chance when I stand in your love. When I stand in your love, stand in your love, stand in your love. Something's calling me.
It was like something was calling me and pulling me into a different direction. And then I found Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas. My relationship with the center has shown me a deeper realization of God and how this indwelling presence guides, sustains, and directs me in every capacity and every experience in my life. As I continue to study the teachings of these great mystics and sages, I will find more love, peace, and a general sense of universal good and harmony in my life.
Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before.
Is something calling you?
Keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Reverend Laura. Keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
This is Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. At CSL Greater Las Vegas, it is our mission to inspire spiritual discovery through community connection, exploration, and celebration. This mission supports the all-inclusive vision of Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, in which we envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation.
Good morning. My name is Kelly Marshall. I am a practitioner here at Centers for Spiritual Living, and it is my pleasure today to welcome you here for this beautiful Sunday celebration. Reverend Laura will be watching this morning online. And speaking of online, why don't we turn around and greet our online audience with a wave. We are so happy that they choose to join us that way and that you're here with us in person. I think we'd like to start off this morning with the energy of God.
Energy of God. Good morning, everybody. All right, if you choose to stand, if you're comfortable standing, please do so. Here we go. All right, good morning. Please greet your neighbor at this time if you're comfortable.
So wonderful seeing all of you come together this morning. As we become settled again, I would like to invite our practitioner of the day, Karen Dunphy, up to present our affirmation and invocation for this morning.
Thanks, Kelly. So I'll read the affirmation once, and then we'll read it together. All right. I elevate my willingness to explore and expand my best self in all ways, always. So let's do it together. I elevate my willingness to explore and expand my best self in all ways, always. So it is.
God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary as you. Now join me now. God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary as you.
So as we keep our attention turned inward to that innermost place where all is well, I notice the playfulness of spirit is here in this room, and I know that we are preparing to have a great talk and a great adventure. And I just want to set the table here, set the mood, set the atmosphere, bring in the presence of the consciousness of spirit, and bring it deep down in, and to eliminate all distractions, focus on the innermost presence of spirit within, as we prepare to hear Reverend Rachael deliver a beautiful talk today on transversing transformation. And so it is.
All right, join me now. God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, with thanksgiving. I'll be a living sanctuary as you. A sanctuary as you. Sanctuary as you.
a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still and know I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my heart, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still and know I will make a quiet place within my life, and I will wait upon the Lord, wait upon the Lord. I will make a quiet place. I will make a quiet place.
Thank you, Karen, Justin, and David. That was beautiful. I'd like to take a moment this morning to introduce our guest speaker. She is a Las Vegas native, owns an individual living home, independent living home for senior women, has a master's in consciousness studies from the Holmes Institute and is a hospice chaplain. I'd like to ask you to join me in welcoming Reverend Rachael Dilling.
What an honor it is to be here. Thank you for coming today and sharing this moment with me. I am very grateful. So I have a question for you. How many of you like platitudes? You know, when you're like hurting and you're feeling down and the world seems to be coming to an end and somebody walks up to you and goes, change your mind, change your world. Or how about this one? Consciousness, so where your consciousness is where your reality is. Or my favorite when I was growing up, my mom would say, just shift, just shift. And what happens in this practice and this teaching sometimes is we get to this place of working and living on these platitudes and we forget that there's this thing called spiritual bypass. And spiritual bypass basically means that when I am living, I think I'm spiritual enough that I don't need to feel and experience reality in this body. I don't know if you've ever had that experience. You know, I remember my father. It was about 12 years ago. My father was in ICU. He was just about to pass away. And my thought was, hey, I'm a practitioner. I don't have to deal with the mourning of losing my father because I understand that it's just a transition, right? Oh, no, that's not the way that works. Because our body has to go through the emotional disconnection from someone that we love, right? So these spiritual bypasses, or these phrases that we have learned to hate to hear, especially when we're in this angst, are actually really wonderful words of wisdom. But it takes work. It's not just as easy as we make it sound. So let me give you an example. April 4th, just a month ago or so, I'm sitting in my car, and the windows are down, and there's this beautiful breeze going through my vehicle, and I'm finishing up my paperwork. One of the advantages of being a hospice chaplain is I can work in my car. So I'm doing my documentation, and the day is almost over, and a text comes in. And these 10 words on this text throw me into a spiral. I am terrified. I am freaking out. My mind is going and I'm thinking, how am I going to survive this one? I don't know that I can. Oh my gosh, the tears came. My heart was pounding. I could barely breathe. I'm not really exactly sure how I got home, but I did, and safely. And then I remember who I am. I have to lean into those spiritual practices, and I've been doing this a while now. So I have spiritual practices in place. So I have to, get to that place of who am I? Well, we all know I'm a perfect expression of God, right? I have to immerse myself in the reading. So I took out my book, and this is one of my go-to books, The Power of Decision. Have you read this one? If you haven't, it's a good one. It's written by Raymond Charles Baker. It was written in 1960-something, and it's so wonderfully basic. It's simple. And he lays it out, and I go, that's right. That's right. And then, of course, I go into meditation, because we do that, right? And we go into prayer work, spiritual mind treatment. That's one of our foundations. And I, start talking to some of my community. I have prayer partners. I hope everybody has prayer partners. Calling up, kind of going over what's going on, working through it. I'm proud to say it took me about 3 days to get myself back to center, which it used to take a lot longer. So 3 days was amazing. And I'd like to say that's where the story ends, but it's not. Because the reality of life is that this body, these emotions, this thought process, this consciousness that we experience can be kind of tricky to traverse. Transformation is not something is one and done, at least not for me. So I had more to this story. You've all heard of the butterfly? The whole story of the butterfly. It's actually pretty amazing. There's this little caterpillar, and it gobbles up all the leaves, and then it creates this cocoon, and then it turns into a butterfly, and it flies away. Okay, there's way more to that story, right? Because we know when that cocoon is made, the butterfly or the caterpillar is actually liquefied. Did you know that? And it becomes this goo. It is completely dispatched and torn apart, and it has to be recreated to something more beautiful. And believe me, during this process that I went through the last month, kind of felt like that, where I was goo for a while. But then something, and the story's not done there, right? Because then the butterfly comes together and becomes the butterfly. But now it has to tear and struggle and force itself out of the cocoon. And now after all the work and all the struggle and all the self-awareness and all of the discoveries, now the butterfly flies. So I went back because I understand that there is a narrative in my mind. And what had happened is a girlfriend of mine we had made an agreement. And I felt like she broke the agreement. And I was devastated. However, I'm a smart individual. I understand that there's different motivations. So I went to my sister, who is a wonderful reframer. Do you know what a reframer is? It's when you take the narrative and you work it around and you make it something different, still logical, still making sense, still practical, but different. So I had this new narrative, which was wonderful. And I was so grateful for this narrative because it made me feel safe again. So I decided I'm just going to shift. I'm just going to pay attention to this narrative over here. But every now and then this narrative of me being betrayed and it not being right and not being fair would just kind of pop up. And I'd go, no, I'm going to pay attention to this narrative. Unfortunately, that didn't stop the narrative from keeping coming up. So obviously there was more work to be done, right? So I start looking into it. I have to ask myself, the transitions didn't show up. That's okay. I had to ask myself, what is the story I'm telling myself? Because again, studies have shown that the memory that we remember is not the memory of the event. It's the memory of the last time we thought about it. So if you've thought about something a dozen times, you're not remembering the original thing that happened. You're remembering the memory of the memory of the memory of the memory of the memory, right? So is it the truth? Is that memory the truth of what actually happened? And if it's the truth, is there a way of restructuring it? That was the whole narrative shift, which I did. But it was still bugging me. So that takes us to the next step, is if it still hurts, then there's forgiveness that needs to happen here. And the question is, who do I need to forgive? And so I really went in, and I'm like, okay, so here's my story that I've made up, because of course we always make up our own stories, because it's always happening in our mind, right? So here's the story I want to believe. Here's the story that keeps coming up. Where is the forgiveness? And I realized it was me. I needed to forgive me because I had created a situation where the agreement was made 15 years ago, by the way. And at no point in time, even though I knew that her brain had shifted somewhere, I never went to her and said, hey, we need to have a conversation around this. I was too scared because I felt too vulnerable. It didn't work out well for me. So I decided I needed to forgive me. I also needed to forgive her because somewhere in my mind I thought if she really loved me, that she would have read my mind and she would have made it better because that was the right thing to do, right? So there was lots of forgiveness that had to happen. So I made the decision I'm going to do the forgiveness. Now again, forgiveness is not an instantaneous thing. You don't go, I forgive, and it's done. God, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? So every time this scenario came up and my feelings got hurt, I would do you may have heard of, there's a Hawaiian prayer, right? Right? And help me with this. Right, what is the prayer? I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. So I would say that to myself. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. I love you. To forgive me. And it worked really well, mostly. But there was still something there. So I was in the healing process. I knew that. And journaling. Actually, the first time I heard about journaling was so many years ago, and it was actually from your practitioner, Valerie. Because she had talked about, in one of my classes and wherever I happened to have been there, about journaling and how important it was. And so I sat down and I started writing this letter to my dear friend. And I let it all out, all of the hurt, all of the blame, all of the victim in my brain, all of this personal responsibility that I was taking on. I just wrote it all down. And I cried, and then I cried less, and then I cried less, and then all of a sudden I wasn't crying anymore. And I felt almost like the butterfly out of the cocoon, but not quite. Because there's still one very important element that we need to know, and that is, what did I learn? Because it's great to do the work, it really is. But if you're not learning something, then what was the point? So what did I learn? 3 major things, and you might be able to take this into your tool chest. 1, get it in writing and have it witnessed, right? 2, have the courage to have those conversations, even if they're scary. 3, inaction is really action. No choice is a choice. So now I had all my parts, right? I had understood my narrative. I had changed my narrative to something that worked better. I had reframed it. I had worked through the hurt and the forgiveness, and I'd had my lessons. Now again, this took me an entire month, which is a lot faster than it used to be. And the end of that story is, in 40 days, from beginning to end, I had no intention to do this beforehand, but as it ended up, I pre-qualified for a mortgage. I got the mortgage, and now I own the condo I live in, at which I've been living in for 15 years. 40 days. I don't exactly know how that all happened, because the down payment alone was a little impressive. But the reality is, once I got through the angst and I surrendered to the truth of who and what I am, which is a perfect expression of God, the universe kind of put things as they needed to go, and I walked the path. Because we know that prayer works. We know that spiritual mind treatment works. But it does not work alone. There's an old saying, and I'm sure you've heard it: treat and move your feet. There we go. Treat and move your feet. If you don't move in this reality, nothing happens. Everything takes effort, because that is part of being human. So the spiritual bypass is easy, but it doesn't serve us. It's not the reality of why we're here. How many of you have read this book? If you haven't, I highly recommend it. This was actually the first book I read as a spiritual book, right? And for those who have not read it, it was written by Richard Bach in 1977, and the story is about this guy named Richard who flies a plane, and he goes from field to field, and he gets paid to give rides. And he was on this spiritual journey. And all of a sudden, the old saying, ask, and when the student is ready, the teacher will show up, right? So Don, the teacher, Mr. Guru, he shows up, and he's doing all this wonderful teaching and understanding and concepts. And then Richard says, well, even after all that, what is the point? What is the point of all of this? The good times, the bad times. And so Don, in his infinite wisdom, never actually straight answers a question. He says, let's go to the movies. And Richard's like, I don't really want to go to the movies. He goes, let's go to the movies. You got money? You're paying. Let's go to the movies. So they go to the movies, and they're watching Butch and the Sundance Kid. And they are, and Richard's really trying to focus on the movie, like the screenshots and the writing and the cinematography and how did he put it together. And all of a sudden, he finds himself all caught up in this great movie that he loves. He's seen several times. And then right towards the end, Don says, why are you here? And he goes, because you asked me. And he goes, no, that's not why. Why are you here? And he's getting frustrated because it's right on the end, right? This whole dramatic scene is happening. And he goes, because I chose to be. And he finishes watching the movie, and Don doesn't say another word. So now they're walking to the plains. And Richard's like, why did we go see that movie? And Don said, because you asked me a question. And that was the answer, Richard says. And so, of course, in Don's way of asking questions, it all comes down to choice. We chose to come here. As spiritual beings, we chose to have a physical reality. And there's only two reasons that we come to see the movie, either for education or entertainment. That's it. Education or entertainment. And so you know when the entertainment stuff is happening, right? Because that's fun. But the education doesn't always look fun. Sometimes it can put you into a tailspin, right? So I recommend the book. So platitudes. Change your mind, change your life. It's true. Is it that simple? Is it that easy? Maybe not, but it's true. Your consciousness creates the way you see your life, the reality that you live in. It's true. And even my mom was right. Sometimes you just got to shift. Thank you. Let's pray. I love pray. So if you're comfortable to close your eyes, please do so. If not, lighten your gaze. Allow my words to be your words. Knowing that God is all there is, knowing that God is the source of all things, the beginning, the middle, the end. It is the laughter, it is the sun and the moon and the stars. God is the energy that flows in and of and through everything. As I know this to be the truth, I know that I am of and from and in and as this universal energy. It is who and what I am. And knowing this is truth, I know that I and my word has power. So I declare right here and right now that I am willing and able and surrendering to the transformation, the traversing of the transformation that is Rachael. I know that to be the truth for everyone in this space, everyone that hears my voice at this moment, with the courage that comes with it, with the strength that comes with it, with the love that comes with it. I know that I am whole, that I am complete, and that I am in for quite the movie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I release my word into the law, knowing it is done, done, done. And so it is. And so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only
Wow, wonderful. Let's have another hand for Reverend Rachel and that wonderful talk this morning. Thank you so much. Whew. Now is the time in our service where we have the opportunity to support our center financially. We have many ways to participate in this giving, including Zelle, text to give, online at CSLGLV.org, and here, donating directly this morning. So I invite you now to please take your offering or your hand if you've donated online and place it over your heart. Pardon? And repeat after me. Infinite Spirit, source of all abundance.
Infinite Spirit, source of all abundance.
We gather in gratitude and joy to offer these gifts.
We gather in gratitude and joy to offer these gifts.
We recognize and honor the divine flow of prosperity.
We recognize and honor the divine flow of prosperity.
Knowing that as we give, we also receive.
Knowing that as we give, we also receive.
We affirm that abundance flows to and through us.
We affirm that abundance flows to and through us,
Empowering us to create and share our blessings freely. Empowering us to create and share our blessings freely. And so it is.
Here we go, circulation.
Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation.
Oh, so let's take a deep breath together and release. Knowing that God is all there is, we know that all that has been given will be given back, that there's a circulation to our universe, and as we give, we receive. So knowing that this tithing multiplies, that it is used in perfect and divine ways, and that through love and life and the energy of money, all is good. Such gratitude. I release my word into the law, knowing that it is done, and so it is.
So it is. Yep.
I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but you always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. And promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or or dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. You never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. And don't let some helping heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, please reconsider. And give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, dance. I hope you 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 dance. Come on, let's dance. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Well, here we go. That time in the service where we get to talk about all those wonderful things we have for you. Currently, I tried to count what was in the box this morning, and it seems to be around 350 pairs of socks already, so thank you for that. We are well on our way to our goal of over 1,100 pair this time, so we can double what we did last year. We are collecting through Father's Day, June 13th. Pardon? 16th, June 16th. Thank you. Oh, next up, our new member orientation is next Sunday, June 2nd, from 12 to 2 right here with Reverend Laura, a few practitioners and some other members who might want to come and talk to you about what we do here, how we do it, what it means to be a member. So we hope that you'll join us if you're interested in becoming a member to discover what it's all about. There's no commitment if you're not ready, so we hope you'll join us. You can register or RSVP online. Next up, Soul Crafters, next Saturday from 10 to 12 right here in the sanctuary, hosted by Reverend Laura. Soul Crafters is a transformative artistic experience, though you don't have to be artistic to have a good time. So come with us, join in, embrace the power of creativity as a spiritual practice, and make something new. Wednesdays. Through the summer, Wednesday nights will be online only, so join us this Wednesday at 7 o'clock on our YouTube channel at CSLGLV Media. And every first Wednesday of the month, we'll still be doing our in-person labyrinth walk here, coming up June 5th. Is that right? That's right, June 5th at 7 o'clock, walking with your inner shaman. We hope to see you here for that one. You can stop by and see Kaylee in the back if you'd like to RSVP for the new member class, need assistance with online giving, or just have a question. Practitioners will be waiting in the prayer room at the end of the service today if you would like to have the experience of in-person prayer this morning. And we're not moving the chairs, so everybody gets to leave them right where they are till next time. So thank you for being here today. So why don't we move right into our benediction? Everybody would like to stand up, join hands if you feel comfortable. And repeat after me. There is an intelligence in me which knows the answer to every question. There is nothing unknown to this mind. This mind is my mind. It is now working in me, through me, and as me. I am one with this mind. For I am a center for spiritual living. Oh, thank you. Now our closing song, Justin?
Use me.
Yep.
Use me.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Okay, last time now. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Have a beautiful week, everybody. Thanks for being here.